FSD now. FSD's in control. Got pedestrian on the right. She was just pushing the sign. Didn't show any indication of wanting to jump out in front of me. Okay, we're gonna have to get out of this lane. And so I read that sign, and I know it from driving this so many times. Right lane must turn right, and okay. It realized it almost didn't do it before that solid white line, and sometimes it won't cross that white line, and it'd be interesting to see what it would have done there had it stayed in that lane. My guess is it would have gone straight through the intersection and then corrected on the far side of the intersection, which is not very good practice. Seems like if it's made a mistake, it needs to just go with it and re-navigate. We are driving on a Sunday morning, about 10:30. Beautiful Sunday here in Cincinnati. So this morning my car teased me about updating to version 11. I'm not quite sure what's going on, and I did see some other people had similar behavior. I reset all my profiles and all my settings in the car. Even the car's name was gone and the Bluetooth connection and everything. So unclear what's going on. Okay, so we're slowing down. Got speed limit slide 25 here. So we still have that problem where it doesn't slow down in anticipation of lower speed limits. I'm going to speed her up a little bit. Oh, well, okay, it's going to pull over to the right, which is kind of cool because there's a car back behind us that wants to get around. Now, normally you wouldn't get in this lane because there'll be cars parked up here ahead. This car's going to come around me, so it'll be good because we're going to have to get out of this lane probably shortly past this light. I'm going to go ahead and slow her down a little bit. So there's a van parked. Okay, getting a little herky-jerky. Yeah, and it's not going fast enough. Not really good. Okay. Now we got cars coming behind us again. Nice speed it up. This whole proper speed is going to be interesting. I know a lot of places, by most places, that people go, oh, it's slowing down a lot for this flashing yellow light. That's not great. Especially when it was already kind of going slow, really. But I guess slow's relative, right? And here it put the blinker on to get in that right lane, but we don't want to be in that right lane. I'm going to tell it to stop doing that. We could get in that right lane, but that right lane ends ahead. Normally, people just stay in this lane. I'm going to call that intervention due to the canceling the blinker. Pretty bumpy roads in here. Got a red light. Looks like this van's going to run it. So they're going to go ahead and get on. We're not going to do that. Appreciate that. Not running the red light. Not that it would, but seems one thing, it's overly cautious, not the opposite of overly cautious, risky. Oh, here we go. All right, right blinker came on a couple times. Came on again. We do not really want to get in that lane, but whoa, I don't know where it's going now. This is not good. Okay, so then it's thought about going 2 lanes over, and that's a turn lane right there. This car behind us is probably wondering, what the heck are y'all doing? So it did correct itself, and I did not have to intervene, but it was not very good. And really you don't want to be in this lane. This lane ends up here again. So most through traffic, like I said before, will just stay in the left lane. I wonder if I can re-navigate while we're at this stop sign to get this to go closer to where I want to be. I want to go right here. Okay. It's nice that we're able to re-navigate without too much trouble. I guess also people stay out of this lane because of these the road quality is really poor over here. Here we got a really wide section, but it's kind of almost like a parking area over there. For a while, the car was pulling over there. Now you see these cars parked up ahead. There's a pedestrian. Clearly need to be signaling getting out of this lane. Yeah. So I wish it could have anticipated that a little bit more in advance. But you know, not at all difficult on a Sunday morning. Not much traffic here. I know my camera bounces around an awful lot on these bumpy roads. I did do I got the image stabilization in the GoPro running, but I actually had done an enhanced mount. Then I decided maybe it's okay because it kind of shows, you get a little more feel for how bouncy the roads are. So to be determined if I update that to make if it gets too rough for viewing, or if I get car sick watching it as I review the video. So here we've made this turn and it thinks that the speed limit here is 15, but clearly these are just 25 mile per hour residential roads. Go ahead and adjust it up. I think it's kind of, I would call that map data. It'd be interesting when they start doing what I call local updates. I think at some point Tesla's going to enable the cars that are driving in some area to be continuously updating the map data without having to go home to the mothership. Maybe it'll go to the mothership in some capacity. Okay, we're very slow in making this four-way stop. That's okay. All right. And all right, let's go make a right turn here. But we'll bring her to a stop here. So I can go up into the parking lot. We'll end this ride. No disengagements, so we'll see. A lot of not goods, which really brought the drive rating down. Route difficulty, not too difficult. I mean, yeah, not too difficult really.